Hi there, my name is Muniba Zardad and I'm an ACC online teacher. And the subject I'll be teaching is FA2. So the topic for today is irrecoverable debts and receivable allowances. Basically, there's a chapter in our FA2 study text, and the name of the chapter is irrecoverable debts and receivable allowances. But today we'll only be discussing irrecoverable debts. Only this part of the chapter we'll be discussing in this video. So before we move on to the topic, we need to revise some accounting concepts. I hope you are well aware of that. So first we need to recall our sales concept, that there were two types of sales, one on the cash basis and the other one was on credit basis. So whenever the sales are made on cash basis, we debit the cash account and credit the sales account, and whenever the sales are made on credit basis, we debit the receivables account. This is basically a new account, and the receivables are people who owe money to the entity, and the same goes with the sales, that we credit the sales. So why do we debit receivables account instead of cash and we record you will understand this thing in the next concept. Okay, the next concept is accrual based accounting system. So in accrual based accounting system, let's read out what it says and then I'll explain you with an example. Income and expenses must be recorded in the accounting period to which they relate. Income must be recorded when earned and expenses must be recorded when incurred, not when paid. It is the cash based accounting system when you do the accounting on the basis when you receive or pay cash. But in accrual based accounting system, income is recorded when earned. For example, you sold goods to customer in the month of January, and you delivered the goods in the month of January, and the customer paid in the month of February. So the payment was made in February and the goods were delivered in January. It means that we have earned our income in the month of January. So what we are going to do is that we will record our sales in the month of January and not in the month of February, in which we will receive the payment. And so the same goes with the expenses, that you have to record the expenses when incurred and not when paid. I hope this is clear now. So let's move on to the next concept. But before move on to the next concept, let's understand the accrual based accounting system through entries. For example, when we make a sale on credit terms to a customer, we debit the receivables account and credit the sales account, because we are not receiving the cash. So we debit the receivables account because we have to record the sales when we have to deliver the goods. But as we are not receiving the money, we are going to debit the receivables account. And further, when we receive the money, we debit the receivables account and we cancel the effect of this receivable which we have created before, because eventually now the customer is paying us. So next is the prudence concept. And what does this concept say is that let's read it out, that we should not overestimate the amount of our revenues or assets, and do not underestimate the expenses or liabilities. Okay, so the assets should not be overstated and the liabilities or expenses should never be understated. It means that you have to record the asset only when you are certain that you will be receiving money or you will be benefiting from it. Okay, and same goes to the liability, that you have to record the liability only when it is probable. We are not going to wait for the liability to be certain, but you have to record the liability when it is probable. So let's discuss the topic and relate the concepts to the topic. So here's irrecoverable debt or bad debt. As the name suggests, bad debt is a debt that has gone bad. Why? Because it is no longer that we will recover our money from the customer. Why? Because the customer has gone bankrupt or disappears without any trace, or is in liquidation, or is having financial difficulties. So it is unlikely to recover the debt. So when we have to record when we have to record our debt or bad debt expense, when we have these conditions, bankruptcy or liquidation or financial difficulties, etc. So what will be the accounting entry? Basically, what we have done is that we have a receivables account in our bookkeeping, and we have for example, the customer owes $500 to us, and now he is not going to pay because he is having financial difficulties, and we become aware of the fact. So what we are going to do is that we are going to write off the receivable that we have overstated, because if we do not write off this, it will be the violation of the concept of the prudence concept will be violated. So what we do is that now we know we are not going to receive the money, so we are going to write off the receivables, and we are going to debit bad debt expense account. This is the new account that we open. So this is the journal entry we perform when we have to recognize a bad debt. So now let's see an example. For example, let's read out the example first. ABC Limited had sold goods to DEF Limited for rupees $500 on credit. It means there's a receivable in our books of DEF Limited. But eventually we come to know that DEF is in liquidation, and the prospects of recovering dues are very low. It means it's unlikely. So what we have to do is that the receivable we have created are $500. So to follow the prudence concept, now we are going to write it off. We are not going to overstate our assets. So we have to write off receivables of $500 by crediting it, because before we debited it is an asset account. And bad debt expense has to be debited by $500, the same amount. After that, let's see, the scenarios become like this, that for example, we got an information that our customer is having financial difficulties and will not be able to pay the amount, and we write off the amount. But what happens that few months later, the customer comes and says that he is willing to pay his debt again. Now is able to pay his debt. So what we have to do is that we have to reverse the entry. What we did before was that we debited our bad debt expense and credited receivables account. You have to actually we have done this before because we have a hint that is having financial difficulties. But now when he is willing to pay, what we have to do is that we have to reverse this entry. We have to debit the receivables account and we have to credit the bad debt expense account. Now the things are gone back to the way they were. So the other entry that we are going to pass, because we are now receiving the cash, so cash will be debited and receivables account will be credited. It is the same entry because we have reversed this entry. Now what you can do is that either you can perform this entry, the one above, or you can perform the second one. You can debit the cash and just debit the bad debt expense account, because here in this double entry, because it is a compound entry in which receivable is once debited and then again credited, so the effect is cancelled. So what you can do is that you can debit the cash and you can credit the bad debt expense account. I hope the topic is clear now.